Well, I'm back. It's 11 o'clock on Wednesday, and I just have a couple of things I want to do. I'm going to try to get the water turned on for the bathrooms. The grass is fairly high. We'll be back tomorrow when the retiree is available, and we'll mow, which it's already high. You give it one more day and it'll be even higher. So it is in turbocharged growth right now. So let's get opened up and we'll start getting things out and get the boat ready. Okay. We're down here at the back. Stopped. And I want to bring the inlet in for water to check, make sure there's no algae bloom on it. I'm going to have to turn around in the seat again. That is the hardest thing for me to do anymore in this boat. I'm going to try to keep it balanced. You can see how much the algae has already started growing. Last year, I forgot to check the inlet, and we ended up taking 2 days to get the water to start, and all was because it was such a big bloom. There was such a big bloom on the inlet. There it is. Which that's not too bad, but you can see I didn't bring a screwdriver, so I'm just going to clean it by hand. There's still a great deal of algae in there, but I can see it's opened up some. And it's fairly clear. So now what I need to do is see how far out I can get us. So the first thing we got to do, we'll go ahead and uncover the two underground valves. That's valve empties the water coming in from the lake and going back out to the cabin. So I need to turn the red one off here in a little bit. Actually, it's the red one. That's the 1 inch that comes in from the lake. And then I need to walk out here, see whether or not I need to bail this one that's out here. The lake is down quite a bit, but I'm sure it was flooded when the lake got high, and I don't know whether or not it's drained. We had 1.5 inches of rain 2 days ago, so it might still be holding water. So I need to bail it out. It's nice and soft down here, and you can see how much water is sitting in that. Open it up and see. Yep. So I need to get something to bail that out, and then we'll get started. Need to bail this out so I can get to the valve. The valve is closed. We keep it closed so that you don't get this groundwater in it. Oop. A little bit of mud and wheat took it right out of my hand. Now what I usually do is connect a hose here, open that up, and pour some bleach in there to clean the line through here. This is such a mess. I'm a second thought about it. Now, if I get some clean water, wash that out, then I can put the hose on there, and I can do the bleach. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I need a new cup. I need a bucket of water, clean water, and then we'll clean that out, and I'll show you how we do the bleach. Okay, I've got everything I need. What I want to do is clean off this valve, basically where the hose hooks in. Find a little bit of dirt, but it's as good as we're going to get it. There we go. Clear water. Then we take the hose. In the fall, we open that up, drain out this pipe so that we don't have a bunch of water sitting in it. And then we close it up so that it doesn't bring in any groundwater. Nice and tight. We're going to lift this up. Valve on. Enough. What I do, put a funnel. Pouring some bleach in. Let the air go in. I'm sure there's still water down in this low spot, but all we want to do is get some bleach in there so that when we start pulling water out of the lake, we're cleaning the pipe. That's enough. What we'll do, start putting some clean water in. Doesn't want to accept any anymore. Remember, we still have the valve up by the bathroom still open. So hopefully we see that there's water or the smell of bleach coming out of there when we go on up there. The more full you can get this pipe, the less we have to prime up at the pump. We're also assuming that the check valve, where I cleaned it, is still functional, so that the water will not run back out to the lake. Starting to take water a little slower. Do is hold this up and turn it off. See, the water's coming back out. So we know we got water up towards the bathrooms. Just slightly. Water down into it. Close it off. Tidy, tidy. Now that's off. Remove the hose. The water's still in the hose. 4 or 5 inches. So now we go to the next valve. Now what we want to do is close off that red valve. I was hoping when we came up here we'd see a little bit of moisture had come out of it. See, nothing's been in here. There's a little water. So, we want to tighten it. So we can prime the pump. Pretty tight. Okay, now we're into the pump one. I'm going to leave the other one open for right now. Because we're not going to have the water. I'm not going to turn the water onto the sponge yet. Okay, now we're in here. A couple times during the winter, I would turn the pump on just to make sure that it was running. And then I would spray a little WD-40 in it. Well, now that I turn it on, we're getting no motion. So I'm sure it's rusted up a little bit here. I've sprayed some WD-40 in it. And Tried to loosen it up, nothing yet. I may have to take the 4 bolts out, drop the front of it, and go from there. I'm going to work on it a little bit. I'm going to try hitting on the case just a little bit with a hammer, not hard. See if I can break it loose a little bit. If I can, I'm going to put some water in it also, see if we can't just get it to break loose a little bit. It's not wanting to right now. So let's try putting a little bit of bleach. And then put some water down in there. Okay, well, you see there's water coming out of the bottom, so it means it's filled this, and now going through the output pipe. So that means this is fairly well filled. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little CLR in it. We don't drink this water, but I'm not going to put that much anyway. Just try to get enough to break the rust loose. Let that sit for a few minutes while I take a break, and then try it again. Try hitting on it a little bit. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to break it open. Turn you back on when I start up again. Okay, well, let's sit a little bit. Still nothing. I tried hitting the outside of the case softly. What I'm going to try now is, I can't get anything down there to the shaft except for a screwdriver. I'm just going to try hitting it easily a couple times. Be nice if I could get a wrench on it and try turning it manually. There we go. Broke it loose, and here comes everything out the bottom. We'll let it sit there a little bit. Turn you off, and then we'll get started again. Okay. First thing we want to do is turn off all the valves out to the lodge and to the bathrooms, because the bathrooms have everything disconnected. We want to close the drain
These have really tightened up with rust. That's off. We want to turn this one off down here. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can get it without falling over. There we go. That's the other one that's off. They don't come into play really until I open up the valve for the lower valve to energize the bathrooms. And the other thing I need to do is I'm going to put the body of the filter on there with a little bit of bleach in it. And then we'll start trying to prime this and see if we can get it running. First, we're just going to try it one more time. Good, it's still running. Okay, I've got the filter body. I'm going to use the rest of the bleach in this half gallon, or is that a gallon? Whatever it is. Gallon. Wait a minute, nope, 2.53 quarts. And then I need to put it on, making sure that the O-ring doesn't come out. There we go. I'm going to exercise this. This is bypass, this is off. And this should be on. So now what I need to do is start pouring water in there. Need to turn this valve off. Oh, there we go. It's the only problem. I gotta fill this pipe up and part of that one before it's going to start running back in here. So it's going to take a while to prime. Well, I got a 5-gallon bucket here and a cup. And we'll just go to town. What I need to do is put another valve up here where I can make sure I get the pipe. Be nice to have a shutoff in here. This is another one I like to exercise. There we go. When I start building up pressure, it comes back out that way. There we go. It's wanting to pressurize. I did not think of this last year, but trying to fill this pipe up uphill. I need to add that in, move this back. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen the pipe here and fill the pipe all the way down. See if that helps. Turn you back on here in a minute. Got a wrench to loosen the pipe clamps. I'm going to need to get a screwdriver to work that edge of the pipe up. There we go. Yep, it's not going to come with that little persuasion, so I'm going to go get a straight edge screwdriver and see if I can't work it down in there to break the suction. Okay, give me a straight edge and a little hammer. See if I can't break this seal. So I get it started, I may need a bigger screwdriver. I think I need to get a valve and put in here. Where I could put, especially if I could put a hose on it, like the one out there. I can work the screwdriver around the edge. Blocking your view there. Just trying to work the screwdriver around. I break this seal. Without breaking the screwdriver. Almost thought I had. It's wanting to come. It's turning. But I'm having a hard time getting enough leverage on it. I think I'm going to need a bigger screwdriver. It's wanting to come, but not very easily. Nope, that's not going to turn. Yep, you cut it. You broke it. So I'm going to have to cut it back a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and cut that back. And then put a little Dawn dish liquid on it. Raise this up, fill it up with water, and then try putting it back on. Go ahead and fill it first. Hear what it sounds like, empty. That's the fourth one I put in. Now I'll go get the cutter, cut that end off, and put it back on after I refill it one more time, and then see what happens. Better. Much better. Let's make sure it's filled up with water. See if any air bubbles work their way through. I don't see any. A little Dawn on my finger. On the edge. Bring this up. Really need is something I gave away, which is a heat gun. Heat this up, and then it'll slide on a little easier. There we go. Pipe's pinched a little. We're gonna fill that up again. We'll set this on bypass. And let's see what happens. It's building a little pressure. If it gets above 10, I think we might have it. I want to be able to get the air out of the line, so what I need to do is make sure all the valves in the bathrooms are shut so I can turn the bathroom line on, and that way I can run the valve outside. Righty tighty. Yep. There we go. Turn it off. It's warmed up. Yep, that's off. That's off. And what I want to do is shut this off almost all the way. Leave it just slightly open, that way we can hear it. And what I'll do is I'll turn it on, see if we start getting pressure. I'm going to open the valve up a little bit. You hear the air trying to come out. Back up to 10. About 15. There we go. Now it's drawn. Now we'll let the air out again. Now it's almost 30 pounds. That means it's drawn fairly well. I can smell bleach now. That means it's drawing the bleach out of the pipe, input pipe. Now see if we can build up to shut off. We shut off. Now we're going to try turning that on. Try turning this toilet on. See what happens. Oh, well, maybe the first thing I ought to do is connect it to the toilet. I forgot I'd done that. Go. Now let's turn this on. And the bowl is filling up. Until there's still air in the lines. Wait for the pump to turn back on. Yeah, most of the air seems to have worked its way out. Go, first flash of the spring. Nice muddy water. Okay, I want to turn you back off while I get the things ready to open up the bathrooms. Okay, toilets are all hooked up. And what I want to do is make the faucets functional. Now the O-ring. Need these two tools. And this is what I took out. Next we take this back off. This is the cartridge. Be working fairly well. What I want to do is take a little hand soap, put it in there. Just give it something to lubricate it a little bit. Turn that on. I'll put that back on. Turn the water on. See any leaks? There we go. I need to get my needling pad. Makes it easier to put the aerator in there if I'm down low. And my knees do not like concrete. So, I'm also going to put the knob on. Get the hex key. There we go. That is in there. The aerator's clean. Stick it up in there. Put the body on. And turn it until it won't turn anymore. The outside turns freely, so if you push a little bit, it will. Then eventually you need to have this faucet key. There's two grooves in there. That in and turn. There you go. They look like termites. And we've got a working faucet. Now we'll go do the north bathroom. Okay, we're in the north bathroom. Take this off. Take the cartridge. Exercise it a couple times. Let's get stuck. There's a little soft soap on it. And exercise it some more. Not wanting to return. There it did. We're going to put it in. Put the body back on and tighten, anchor tight. Connect the inlet hose. Again, I need my knee pad. Down on one knee, begging me please, work. Go. Turning it on. You can see it's shutting off slowly. make it as tight as I want it to. Pliers. Hand soap. Run it on my fingers and put it not tight and I want to. There we go. That's not tight at all. Okay, let's see. Let's see how we can. But this isn't shutting off, so what we have to do, turn this off. Take this back out. And we're going to tighten this down. First you got to loosen the outside nut. Need to get another pair of pliers so I can grab a hold of one. Loosen it on the way back. We loosen the top one. And now we tighten the bottom one. Now let's see if it'll shut off. We need to hit it with a little WD-40 too. That was over 20 seconds. I'm going to tighten that some more. What that does is it compresses the spring to make it tighter. Now I'm going to tighten down the outer nut so that they both won't turn. About 15 seconds. And we're just under 20. Now on the top, down the hex screw. There we go. We'll lose that. The reason we have these, I worry about little kids or somebody, not even kids, but anybody leaving the water on. If they do that, they'll flood they would have flooded our septic tank, which we don't use a septic tank. For the gray water, we use It's still got the O-ring. We use a 50-gallon drum that I buried with a couple arms on it. We've never overwhelmed it, but if you were to let kids leave the water running, it would overwhelm it in a few hours. You can get that one started without the key. These were a little more expensive than a regular faucet, but since there's no hot water out here, so it's just lake water. It's enough to wash your hands with, and that's it. Here we go. There, it's got it started. This needs to be tight enough that it won't leak around the sides. There we go. I'll eat some of that away. And other than being clean, the bathrooms are ready. I hooked up both toilets. I cleaned them a little. I flushed them several times. Now I'm going to let the water run here, try to get all the muddy water or whatever out. While I do that, I'm going to get the hose out and wrap it up here. Well, that's a wrap on the getting the water started. Still need to clean up a little bit, but I got the toilet and the sink working in both bathrooms. I don't appear to have any leaks, but we'll see tomorrow. Eventually I need to put a filter in there. I was going to wait until I start on the lodge. So that's a wrap on this. I need to clean up my mess here, and then I'm headed home. A long, hard day. So until the next time, take care of yourself and stay safe.